Greetings, vloggers, bloggers, followers, and potters. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty with another great video installment for this weekend. It's Saturday. It's the 20th anniversary of 9/11. I do want to commend that. Um, as such, I thought I'd share this background from Go Laurel Highlands. You can find that on our website at golaurelhighlands.org. What I'm showing in my background today is from the Great Allegheny Passage, which ironically passes through the town which I reside. You can see that behind there's a 4-lane highway, and that is what is now known as the Freight 93 Memorial Highway. About an hour from here, we had that's where the terrorist attack at Shanksville, Pennsylvania occurred 20 years ago today. So, a lot of history with that, and I've been there 3 times. Very, 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 very moving place. But with that being said, 20 years ago, let's talk about that for a minute. 20 years ago, I was 16 years old. I was a sophomore in high school. I wrote a blog about this today, so please, if you feel free to read more in depth about what occurred for me on that September day, please, I encourage you to visit my blog at dustinsdynastyusa.com to read more in depth about how my day raveled that day. But I had my parents, and at that time, if you read into the blog, you realize that my parents are both working or retired, and there was no phones back then. There were no cell phones, not in the capacity that they were. I remember one Christmas, my mom got a cell phone as a gift, so that tells you how expensive cell phones really were back in 2001. They were not cheap. I had a prepaid phone in 2004. Back to track. So it makes you think, what if our parents aren't around? I remember, I was growing up, in school, and the parents come and get their children because that's what they do. They nurture love, and some had to make a decision that day whether or not to take their child out of school that day. But and that's everybody's decision and everybody's right. But what happens but my question today, and this is what started this idea for this vlog today, and I've been reading a lot of things about from other bloggers. What happens in an autistic child's life when their parents are no longer here? Earlier this year, I had to answer that question a lot in therapy, and because I wasn't really respectful of my parents, and I had a very and for a very long time, I had a very construed relationship with my parents. I did talk to them and I did interact with them, but it was never always on a good relationship. It was never always the best, and it was always a lot of conflict and a poor me and me, and being selfish, sort of thing. But all that aside, it made me realize, they do a lot for me, and there's going to become a day, and I know they're in their 60s and their 70s. There's going to become a day that they're not going to be with us anymore. With me anyway, and they do a lot of things. There's things happening here that I need to get taken care of, and they're helping me get taken care of it. But what if they weren't here? Who would do it? Who would take care of me? So, it makes you put things into perspective. Who would take me to the grocery store? Who would ensure I get my food boxes that I need? I'm trying to get linked back up with the services I once had, but then, that's been an entanglement of leaving messages and phone calls and trying to, get a hold of people. And it's become very difficult to do. And I've been, with the help of my supervisor, she's guiding me, but it's very hard. Also, on that same token, who does all these things? Who makes sure that everything's just right for things like an apartment inspection, for example, or things that you need done, like a bill paid or paperwork filled out or a renewal for Social Security. Who does these things? These things are very important. And sometimes autistic people, even speaking, non-speaking, whatever capacity you may be at, you may not have the whole understanding of needing to fill out these such forms or government forms and having them to the proper location on time to make sure that your needs are met. and that can be a challenge. You know, everything can be a challenge as far as, getting sure that everything is uh, in, in trust for your child and that they have a place to go once school ends, because we know what happens when school ends. It's a well-known fact, at least here in the States. Um, when school ends at 21 for some and 18 for others, they're basically thrown into their parents' care. Their parents can be their entertainment. I was very fortunate to be introduced to the day program. I was at the age of 19, and I've been there since. But and I'm growing into being more of a man. But what if I didn't have that program? What if I didn't have the skills necessary? They taught me many of the skills I needed, along with others. But what if I didn't have that program to go to? What if I didn't go and get an education twice, to better myself and to make more money and to add so that I can live independently? So there's a lot of the what ifs of that game. What if this? What if that? And a lot of autistic children, as they age out of the school system, become couch surfers, and they regress. And I know, for one, as me in this COVID pandemic, I have regressed a little bit from cooking and doing some of those things and being lazy because, I can, and I eat out more, and it's not healthy for me. And I realize that. So there's all these variables that you play into it. So, and with COVID, I just want to highlight that we didn't have school for a long time, for at least 4 months for some, and some it still went on. So, we were on hybrid, we were on this, we were on that. And, I'm not going to be a doomsday prepper like I am, but, things could get worse again. So we have to be, I guess we have to be mindful of these things and, the what ifs, and teaching all the skills we can to our autistic people. That's the point of the emphasis, is that we have to teach everybody the skills that they can. If it wasn't for my parents, and I love them so dearly, were teaching me all the skills that I needed necessary for me to live on my own, to take care of things, to make appointments, to get in shape, to do all these great, wonderful things, what would happen? What would happen to me? Would I be 600 pounds on the couch? I don't know. I really honestly don't know. Um, but I'm looking forward to another great year. Um, a couple months I'll be here, a year in this new apartment, and I'll love it. And I do. I really love my home, and I take care of it, and I've taken care of it more than I've taken care of anything else. And it's been really an enjoyable experience, for me. And I still have my job, and I'm thankful for that too. So just on this September day, please be thankful for everything that you have and everything that you enjoy. Thank you. Have a good day. If you like to give us a thumbs up, please do. If you don't, that's okay. You can always put a thumbs down. I don't care. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you like the channel. If you'd like to hear more videos, please tap the notifications bell. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Dustin's Dynasty, Pinterest, and TikTok at Dustin's Dynasty ASD. I am streaming my blogs every week on many platforms, as well as these YouTube videos on many platforms, including Spotify, at Dustin's Dynasty ASD. Thank you, and have a nice day.